Good morning. Good morning. And welcome. Announcements this morning. First of all, let's see, Rick's here, and nobody else that's going to the game next week. Jesse's here. Can we transfer tickets after church today? Oh. To your cell phone. The First Presbyterian Lewisburg Middle School mission trip loved being here and sent a lovely thank you note. It's on the board in the hallway. If you'd like to have us sing some of your favorite hymns, please drop a note in the offering plate with your name and the song that you'd like to hear in the coming week. And if you have a preferred verse, other than the first verse, let us know. Bible study on the parables of Jesus is Wednesdays at 1:30 at Lois House. The deacon of the month for July and August is Eileen, out there doing her job. As far as prayer concerns go, Jackie is recovering day by day a little bit. We had a family doctor visit on Friday, and it went well. It's going to be a long time, though, before she's totally recovered, possibly 6 to 8 months. Pray for James, Pastor Jesse's friends. He has a second eye surgery on Tuesday. Pray for Angie Gross Palmer as she prepares for surgery. And continued prayers for healing for Debbie, Edie, Eileen, Chris, Bella, Jody, Jesse, a friend of Joanna Simmons, Jesse, Zach Gates' wife, Lois, Jen, the friend of the Hart Sox, and Bob Graham. And finally today, we have a birthday. Let's all sing happy birthday to Margie Yo. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Margie. Happy birthday to you. Let's bow our heads as I pray the opening prayer. God of Sabbath, help us to slow down from the busy world around us and find our rest in you. Guide us to set boundaries on our time and attention so we may focus on you, the close ones we love, and ourselves. May we see your gift of Sabbath as a habit to be cultivated, and the more we practice, the more it will grow. Help us to unplug and unwind. Remind us that even though there is always kingdom work to do, justice to participate in, kindness to share, that you are in it for the long haul, and we must be as well. Help us to not become burned out, but to burn our brightest after periods of rest. We thank you for the commandment of Sabbath. Help us to hold on to it dearly. Amen.
Good morning. Welcome to worship. It's good to be back. We had a great time in Seattle. Our family did. Our son decided that he'd take we will only go 10 miles, Sam, and we did a 10-mile hike, but he didn't share that in that there would be 5 miles of going straight up, 4,000 feet, and that meant 4,000 feet straight back down. A couple of blisters for each of us later, we made it back to our car, and it was spectacular. So if you ever go to Seattle, I recommend going to Mailbox Peak. It's a really cool hike, but plan to spend the day, take a lot of water, wear liner socks, have your blister gear with you, and just plan to be out at the top for a long time and take some pauses on the way down. We had other plans, so we couldn't do that. And go to Snoqualmie Falls at the end. That's about 10 minutes away, and it's beautiful. I came back, and what was also beautiful is just in time to see the very end of our feeding program. So if you didn't click and open the newsletter yesterday, you're going to want to do that just to see pictures. Everybody tie-dyed shirts with Mr. Rick and Miss Alicia, and they all took a picture in them. Some of the participants decided we should have a party. It's our last day. So it was just bursting with joy after a summer where we had a lot more folks participating, a lot more folks volunteering, and just a tremendous amount of energy. So thank you for being a part of this church, which is why we can do that sort of thing. And we look forward to building on that momentum this year. So really fun trip, really great way to come back, and really good to see all of you. Now, I hope you feel the same way. Let's stand and worship the God who makes all this possible. Gather together, all people, to worship our God. Come into God's presence with thanksgiving. Rise up, all people, to do the work of justice. Open our hearts to listen to God's call together. Experience the teaching of our ancestors through our traditions and scriptures. Apply them to your life and teach them to the next generation. Take notice this morning of where Jesus is nudging you to be filled with the Spirit in this time of worship. One other thing I'll say before we start our hymn sing today, I picked these 3 hymns because I didn't have any more from you. So I don't think there's an actual piece of paper in your bulletin to write down your picks, but we've got a couple more summer Sundays. Go ahead and write down if there's a hymn you really want to hear next Sunday or the one after that. Jot it down. I'd love to have it. Drop it in the plate when you go. So you get a flavor of my favorites today. We'll start with 4. Holy God.